Hi everybody, and welcome to the ARTyRV channel. And thanks for tuning in tonight. I'm Ed.
And I'm Barb. Welcome to the ARTyRV live stream tonight. We have a great show tonight. We have a lot of great people here tonight, a lot of newcomers and members and regular viewers.
Right, glad to see everybody here
Yes.
tonight. We have a packed house tonight. It's awesome. And it was a fun weekend. I hope everybody enjoyed themselves, got together with some family. Of course, everybody was trying to beat the heat this weekend. It was crazy. We just got through a serious thunderstorm and the power came back on just in time for the live stream to start. So hey, I think it's out of here, so I think we'll be okay for the rest of the night.
Yes, I think we've been having really extreme temperatures across the country, so you guys stay hydrated and out of the sun as much as possible.
Put the fan on you.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
relax.
Of course, the fan doesn't help you when you're soldering, but do what you can to stay cool along with and still try to get some work done if you can.
Okay, so if you'd like to ask a question, just put it in the chat.
With a
And
cue.
we'll be with a cue, and we'll be happy to answer.
Guys, Ray's in the house tonight. Let's everybody light it up for Ray. He's doing a great job. He's working really hard for you guys, as hard as he works for us, and we appreciate it so much. Ray, thank you for everything that you do for the ARTyRV channel, and thank you for your friendship.
Thank you, Ed. Hi, Ray. How are you?
They had
Hope
some
everything-
nasty weather up there this
Yeah, I
weekend.
heard they
Ooh.
did.
Yeah, so tonight we're going to be doing some soldering. We're going to get working on the little iris sun catcher, and I've got a really pretty piece of Wismac blue-green glass that we're going to be cutting, and I think that so we'll cut that up a little bit and work on some inside curves tonight and see if we can maybe move a little closer to getting those things out for you, and so that it becomes easier rather than a hardship on you. So.
Okay.
And Barb, we got episode 8 coming out on Thursday for the prairie window,
Yes, we do.
and so we're working on that. And then we have another video that we're working on where we got a window in the shop and we had to add a border to it. Now we built this window 30 years ago, so we're going to show you how to clean the lead up from 30 years ago, so that we can solder this new border all the way around this window and take it down to the new
Yeah, that'll
house.
be a different from what the upcoming
normal.
Thursday video.
Yeah, that'll be
be
different than
another
Thursday,
video.
right,
So Thursday's video is going to be concentrating on mitering and getting those lines straight.
Yeah, so we're going to put the first feather together, which is the one on the left-hand side, because remember, we started it at number 6, and we're going to work our way over to number 132.
So it should be a really good video. Those of you that are following along, that's one you'll want to keep for your library for your next big lead window or your very first lead window.
Yeah, and use it as a reference, because
Yeah.
we're working with straight lines, and I tell you, and even in this video, I can't stress enough that once you stretch your lead and it becomes straight, when you're working with a window such as this, you need to keep the lead straight too. So you can't be picking it up, horsing it around, bending it. Can't do any of that stuff, because what you need to work with needs to be straight. So keep in mind, just cut off a little more than what you need, or maybe cut off, work with 12 inches of it at a time. But don't be picking it up, bending it, going crazy with it, because you'll find that it's really hard to straighten back out once you bend it if you need a straight line.
We've had a lot of great comments about the prairie window.
Yes, we have, Barb, yeah.
And we have a question. A new person just found us,
Hey.
and they wanted to know how we got our name, and did you do stained glass in the RV? Well, we did.
Well, we did do stained glass in the RV, and as we went through campgrounds, we would do stained glass. We'd set up the very first storage bin on the RV right next to the door had all of our stained glass tools in it. We also did stained glass inside the RV. If we had a crummy day outside, we would build sun catchers, and each time we went camping, we would build a memory box. And I don't think that we have one here, but a memory box was kind of fun, because we'd take all the stuff that we'd find for the weekend, and on Sunday we would build a little box that we would put all these little jewels and treasures in the bottom of it, and then put it around. And of course, just put a little votive candle. Now I'm going to let Barbara explain to you how we got the ARTyRV name for the RV, and how we decided to go ahead and keep it and use it for the channel.
You know what? It's been so long ago, but I do know that we did that during COVID.
Right.
And COVID was a very different time, and we had all kinds of ideas about what we could do and what we couldn't do, and we thought it would be good to have the RV to travel around and teach.
And also
and show our work and,
Right.
and that kind of thing.
Right.
I'm not sure how we ended up with ARTyRV, but with the initial idea,
yeah.
that was the one that we came up with. I don't think that's the first one we wanted, but most of the art names were taken. So
yeah,
we
so the
say,
ARTyRV, we called the RV Arty anyway. So
Yeah.
So the ARTyRV is just a name that stuck with us, and even though it doesn't say anything about stained glass, between Barbara and I, we have about 70 years experience in the stained glass industry, and we've been working together through the entire time that we've been married. So that's awesome, Barb. Thanks for putting up with me.
oh, it was my pleasure.
My pleasure. Oh, that's crazy.
Okay, Linda Holthouse wants to know, I am wondering if working on a window with a border, should the border be cut and placed on the pattern first before the center flower in this case?
Linda, you should cut all your glass first, because if you're dependent on, if you're cutting out a pattern, Linda. Oh, and by the way, Linda, thanks for calling the other day. It was nice to talk to you, and you do have our number now. So if you have a question, you can call during the week if you need to. So, but yeah. So Linda, I think what I would do is I cut all my glass first, and then make sure that it fits. So if you're working on a light box, that's one way. If you're cutting your pattern out and you're doing copper foil work, then you need to cut everything at one time, because the glass size isn't going to change, and you surely can't change your pattern in mid-stroke. So I think what I would do is go ahead and cut all of your glass, and hopefully that it works out. And there are many different techniques that different teachers around the country teach, and without knowing the technique that you're using, it would be awful hard for me to tell you exactly how to approach this. But all of your glass should be cut.
Watch the prairie
Yeah,
window
watch the
from
prairie window.
start to finish. That'll
finish.
show you how to put borders in.
Yeah, and everything is cut. I don't just put a border in and then say, oh, now I need to cut this. Linda, I cut everything in the beginning and then fabricate the window. And if I break something, then I'll recut it. Or if something needs to be recut, which usually it doesn't, but there's always that chance that it does, then it will be recut and placed into the window like it's supposed to be. But that's a good question. Yeah, so it's kind of like, it's kind of like soldering the centerpiece of your window before you put the rest of it around it. Not a good idea.
No.
Not a good idea to solder anything until it's completed.
Okay, and so Ed cuts everything and then fits it on the pattern one last time. Then he takes it all off the pattern, and then he sets up to put it together. So he knows everything is cut and everything fits.
Right, and that's that's the whole thing, because I could have put a dot where there should have been nothing because I didn't cut it, but I thought I did. So when I put all the pieces on my panel, of course, it's a surefire way to tell if you missed one or two or three pieces. And also, it's going to tell you how everything looks, whether you got your colors right, and now's the time to change it. Don't change it after you've started fabricating, because that is not the good time to change anything. So change anything while you're looking at it at that point, move the colors around, and start your fabrication process after you make sure everything's cut.
Okay, did we give a big shout out to Beth?
We did not, but Beth, I'll tell you what, hey, our viewer that has a little bit of, has trouble with migraines, I just want to give you a heads up. We're going to give Beth a little blast of the lights on the board. Here we go. Heads up. There you go, Beth.
That's for you,
Thank you
Beth.
for your donation, hon. It's greatly appreciated.
Thank you, Beth.
Thank you, hon. And I'm glad you figured out those grousers. It's just like shoot, shoot, shoot.
Yeah. Beth said
But-
she finally figured out those nasty pieces that cut her fingers
Oh, yeah.
can be gotten rid of with those grousers.
Yeah.
So let me make sure I'm not missing any questions. Yeah, we've got some great things going on at our studio. You all should have received a newsletter with an update of all of our classes that are coming up this summer. Ed, you want to talk about
Well,
some
that
of
went
the
out on
classes?
Thursday, and we do have our classes. We have one spot available in our beginner class in August, and we have one spot available in our July 24th and 25th class, and also we have our 2 spots available in our Make and Take in August, and 2 spots available in the class in September. And guys, remember, Barbara updates the website constantly so that it stays, not constantly, but it stays up to date. Let's say that, okay?
Yeah.
Thank you, Barbara, for that too.
Thank you.
So, so Barb keeps the website up to date. So when you go there for classes, if it says book it and you can't, there's not a place available, then that means it's full. The classes that are available have slots for you to book in and allow you to book your times and everything. So it's quite easy to do, and you shouldn't have any problems. So, but again,
if you do, call Ed.
yeah, no, Ed doesn't know anything about that.
No, we'll help you. We'll
We'll
help
help
you
you.
work it through. Call us on Wednesday. We'll get you through.
Yeah, we'll get you through
We'll be
it.
there on Wednesday. We're open every Wednesday at the studio from 10 to 3.
Right.
Until the upcoming season. What we call the season is October through December when we're blowing glass.
Well, October through March, really.
Well, yeah, October through March, but I
When's-
wont be there. I'm talking about the schedule.
Oh yeah, October through
December.
Hold on to your
The
Hanukkah.
store
Here we go.
is, the store is open more during the season. So
Yeah.
the season is October through December.
Right, and even though guys, the website says we're open Wednesday from 10 to 3, we are open on Wednesday from 10 to 3, but that we don't just work one day a week. I wish we could, but we don't. So we.
Oh, Ed, you know you only work one day a week.
Yeah.
Come on now.
Yeah.
Come on, Ed.
So anyway, we are at the shop, and we do.
You can
we
call
do-
us. We'll probably answer
We'll
the
probably
phone.
answer the phone, and
But we will answer the phone on Wednesday.
right. And tomorrow we're actually hooking up a new answering system that's going to work for us, and I think it's going to work real well, Barb.
Okay, great. You're going to handle that?
I'm going to take care of that.
Oh, good. You heard it right here on the channel.
I'll get Barb to do the message. That way we have a really nice voice on there.
Oh, you're so sweet. You got a better voice than I do.
Yeah.
What do you mean, yeah?
Oh no,
You
I
hear
don't
him?
know.
He's-
Barbara was in the
Don't-
radio industry before she met me, and so she does have a radio.
I don't
voice.
have a radio voice. Come on,
I
Ed.
saw it on the radio.
Okay.
All right, we got some questions there, Barb. Looking good.
There was a light purple with some light red in it. Could you tell me what manufacturer? Oh, on the last, this is from Kelly. And I forgive me if I've missed some questions, but this one just popped out because it had 3 Qs. The Artisan Sheet Pack, the Vibrant Color Collection, there was a light purple with some light red in it. Could you tell me what manufacturer made that, and is there more available?
Okay, Kelly, I have some. It's a Euroburros, I believe. Let me look tomorrow when we get to the shop, because I think I wrote the number on my sheet my part that I kept. Isn't that glass exciting? I mean, it is beautiful. And when you get it in the light, if you get a strong light on it, oh my gosh, it dances, Kelly. So let me look tomorrow and see if I can find a part number for you. And if I can't, I'll send you a message and let you know how much that I have. And if you want that, I mean, I'm sure you can. Well, I was going to use that for octopus that I'm doing, but I found something else. So it's available. Let me see what I got and see if I can get you a part number tomorrow, Kelly. Thank you. I told Barbara they're going to love this glass.
Debbie wants to know if the classes are at the shop. Yes.
They are, yes.
Yes,
Uh-huh.
those classes are at the shop. They sure are.
And we have a new Fairfield by Marriott in Conway, about 3.5 miles from the shop. And there are some Airbnbs within walking distance of the studio, from what I understand. So.
Yes.
And Barbara and I are going to look at that when we get some time and see if we can find them to help out our future classmates.
Yes. Get you all the information there.
Kelly, I'm just going to write down octopus glass, and I'll know where it is.
Okay. Linda's asking about her cutter head. She wants to know if it ever needs to be replaced. Hers seems to be breaking the glass irregular, wasting glass.
Oh, Linda, here's the thing, hon. And that's a good question, because, you know, it doesn't just apply to you. It applies to everybody that uses a glass cutter. First thing we need to remember when we're using our glass cutter, of course, is we really should clean the glass before we even score it, mark it, or do anything with it. And that is something that even I am guilty of not doing. I will grab a piece of glass against the wall, throw it up on the table, and cut it.
That's
Blow some dust off of it. Whooshky! So, Linda, what's happening probably, and we do have a video, and I'll see if I can get Ray to post this for you, on how to clean your glass cutter. And so that's one thing. And then the other thing is, you probably, if you don't have oil in the cutter head, you should probably just put a little bit in it. But the main thing, I tell you what happens, is it gets trash up in there. And if you can't see behind the cutter wheel, see daylight through there, your cutter head is pretty dirty. So Ray will put that video up on how to clean your cutter head. The other thing is I've been using my cutter for over 20 years, the same cutter for over 20 years. So the thing about it is, if you take care of them, it's not the fact that there's something wrong with the cutter head. Usually it's the cuttee rather than the cutter. And a lot of times what stems from that is you're putting too much pressure, and you're changing the pressure from start to finish instead of allowing it to stay the same. And if you're pulling your scores for straight lines and you're having problems, as you pull that score towards you, try and take half a step back away from the table as you bring your cutter towards you. And this isn't just for Linda, y'all. This is for everybody. If you're cutting a straight line and you're pulling your glass cutter to you like this, and when you get close to your body, the cutter goes up and the pressure decreases. And I see it in every class that I teach. So what happens, if you'll take, and when you're scoring, bring that down and take a half a step back, but don't release the pressure. Keep the same pressure start to finish, and just move your foot back, take a half a step, get your belly away from the table. You know, there's a belly up to the bar. We don't want to do that while we're cutting glass, because we got to cut the glass correctly. But if you'll take a half a step back, just try it, Linda. I don't know how you're cutting glass, hon, but I will do everything in our power, mine and Barbara's, and our glass communities, to help you get through these troublesome times that you're having.
Okay, thank you, Ed. I have another question here. Decades Glass wants to know, any tips for getting a consistent black on zinc cane? It took me so many coats of Novacam black for zinc, to get it fairly black. But in some areas, it still just won't take the patina.
Yeah, you know what? I think that the zinc is, I'm not sure, because I was going to suggest that the zinc, the black patina for zinc, but if it doesn't work, I have some of it and I haven't tried it. But if it doesn't work, then, the one thing, I don't know if you've tried it or not, and you probably have, Decades, because you've been doing this for a while, but, when they extrude that zinc, my friend, it's lubricated. And sometimes you've got to use something heavier than lacquer thinner and steel wool to get that oil out of the pores of that zinc. And if there's any left on it, I tell you what I would do. Try washing the zinc, with maybe xylene or something. Put gloves on though, because that stuff will go right to your head. But try cleaning that with xylene and take a little area and you know what? I've got some of that zinc patina, black patina at the shop, and maybe Barbara and I'll do a little test if I get to it this week. I'll make a note, Decades, and we'll see if I can come up with an idea. But I'm just guessing where it's getting light and dark is where there's still some oil left on it, and it could even be the oil from you touching it with your fingers as you're soldering or something like that. It's got to be something simple, because the Novacan, their products have, and we've been using them for years just like everybody else, and their products do work. So let's and then the other thing is, shake your patina up real well, and I'm sure you've already done that, but make sure that it's mixed real well. But I think the cleaning of it is going to be the whole key. And the guys at Novacan, they will talk to you if you want to give them a shout. But I think it's the cleaning part myself, be honest with you. I think it's all about making it oil free, because it's extruded, it gets hot, and they got to lubricate it. So.
Frank and Mary Beth have big news.
Okay.
Mary Beth is quitting her job and going full time at Gray Dragons in August.
Girl, good for you. Whoa. Hey,
Isn't
everybody,
that
let's
great?
give a big thumbs up to Gray Dragons and
Yay.
Mary Beth and Frank. Congratulations, guys. It didn't really take you that long, Mary
No,
Beth.
it didn't.
That's
the
awesome,
way to
guys.
go, Mary Beth.
Way to go, guys. Way to go. That's awesome.
See? Another success story.
Oh, that is so great.
Yes. Okay.
Decades class.
Decades said thanks. I hadn't considered the leftover oil from manufacturing.
And your hands too. So just get a really good pair of chemical gloves and clean that zinc like crazy. Don't try and do a whole 6-foot piece unless you need a 6-foot piece. Clean what you're using. And honestly, you know what I'm thinking, Decades? I think what I would do is cut it 3 inches longer than you need it, clean it really well, and go ahead and patina it before you even attach it. And see how that works.
Jenny says that Birchwood Casey Super Blue makes a real nice deep and even finish on the zinc.
A gunmetal blue, a gunmetal bluing. Okay, so you can probably get those at any of your firearm shops, or probably even Walmart, the big box store would have a. Decades, thank you for your donation.
Thank you,
Hey,
Decades.
Heads up to you on your migraines. Here we go. Decades, just for a moment. Thank you, sir.
Okay. Robin says that using copper patina on zinc can make it darker, but she hasn't tried it yet. So,
Okay.
you might want to try that on a scrap
Yeah,
piece.
but I just think that the whole cleaning thing is it's extruded, and I know when I take the
Unglue.
zinc out of the box at my shop, it's got oil on it, and you can wipe it off, but you've got to have something that'll actually just break it down for you. So I think that I think just try cleaning it and let us know, Decades, if that works for you next week. And I just made myself a note. I'm gonna do a little test this week myself while I'm at the shop.
Nadia wants to know, any tips for cutting glass that's rippled on both sides? Trying to cut a Uroburst iridized ripple, and it's heavily textured on both sides. Nightmare to score.
Here's the thing. I'm sure that it's textured even heavier on one side. And what's going to happen, what you're probably going to find, and if you haven't already found, is that when you're cutting it, is you need to go slower over top of the ripples, number one. And number two, it's going to want, as you go down the ripple, it's going to want to slide on you. So the reason you're keeping it slow is so that slide doesn't push over, and that'll cause the glass to break incorrectly. But try using your other index finger to help you over top of those little ripples, And I know you said that both sides of that glass are ripple, and they are, and many of those glasses, the Euroburros are, but they are cut. But so find the smoothest side, take your time, and don't change the pressure. Just because it's a ripple and just because it's thicker doesn't mean you have to change the pressure of your glass cutter. And guys, I think I told you before, if you've been ordering from our sponsor, Sunshine Glassworks, they in your package they usually put a little flyer in there from Stained Glass News. And last month's Stained Glass News, they explained that in detail about pressure on your glass cutter. Doesn't matter if the glass is this thick, you don't change the pressure. It's all in the tools that you use to break it with. So anyway, that's a great little article. And I want to give Sunshine a shout because you guys, they help sponsor the ARTyRV channel, and they do a lot of things for Conway Glass. They do a lot of things for the ARTyRV channel. And I know that they do a lot of things for y'all when you order from them. And when you order from them, we appreciate it. We don't get any kickbacks, but what we do is we get a great friendship with Sunshine Glassworks and a great second to none, okay? Second to none customer service. Give them a shout, guys. Sunshine Glassworks.
Thank you, Ed. And thank you, Sunshine. Okay. We have a few more questions. Mary Langworthy is a great-grandma for the third time this week.
The third time this week?
Well,
Wow.
she became a great-grandma.
Oh, okay. I was going to say, girl.
For the third time.
Congratulations.
This week. That's what she said.
Congratulations. Well, do I have a pink light here? Let's
see.
change the color. There we go. Was it a girl or a boy? Was it a girl or a boy, Mary?
Oh. Okay. Thanks, Ed. Okay.
Okay.
The colors on that simple star are generally not very outstanding. Okay. Linda Holthouse has a question. Maybe
Okay,
she'll
Linda.
answer.
That's okay.
You know what I meant, right?
Yeah, I know exactly.
Y'all know what I meant, right?
We know what you meant.
Okay. I think that's what she meant, that
Okay.
she has 3 great-grandchildren.
Wow, that's awesome.
Okay. Linda wants to know, there is a very simple style of stained glass window that has a clear center and simple square blocks all around. Is that really considered stained glass work, and do you know what it is called?
Well, it's probably a beveled window.
Bevel
has
cluster.
has a bevel cluster in it, and so yeah, that's a stained glass window. It's the process of putting it together. You put it together using the stained glass techniques, and whether the glass is colored or clear, which we all, those of us that do this for a living or just do it for to do shows and make this into our business. All of those techniques are available and they all look great. So a good thing to remember, Linda, is when you're working with those clear glasses is to mix them up and use different textures and see what you can come up with that. But yes, that is a form of stained glass, yes.
Thank you, Ed. Now, do you want to move on to the glass cutting? We have glass cutting coming up, and we do have some soldering coming up. And then we have viewer showcase.
Yeah.
So.
Oh gosh, that's right, Barb. We got viewer showcase tonight. And awesome.
Okay, I think we're good on the questions. If I missed any questions, give me a shout out and I'll catch up on the next round. You want me to go to the overhead camera?
Yeah, let's give it a shout right here.
Okay.
Whoa, my hands
Isn't
are.
that pretty?
Yeah, that's good. Okay, so I'm only wearing 2 Band-Aids tonight, and that's because the dog got me on both arms. Hey, Linda, if your cutter, okay, once you get it cleaned up, if your cutter doesn't, sound right, then you can get a new cutter. And depending on what your budget allows you for, the Toyo makes a great brass handle pencil style cutter, and that cutter is going to run you probably around $65. And then the silver snick cutter that I use here in the studio at the house, that's going to run you about $75 plus shipping. But they're all good cutters, and we have some cutters that are available that you can look at on our website at conwayglass.com. And also, just like I said, just check it out and we do have cutters that you can order. So this cutter here, and I'm talking about, not taking up your, not changing the pressure on your cutter. If I change the pressure on this cutter here, and this is a little 6x6 piece, okay? So I don't have to take a half a step back if I'm pulling down on a straight line. But what we're going to do here is we're going to use the new runners by Technoglass. And I want to give Carol a shout out because that your review to me on the Technoglass grinder, you're correct. And I'm sure as much as you use it, but I did not notice the 1/8 inch bit on the top that unscrews itself. I did, probably because I haven't used it, so I didn't notice that. So I'll check that out. So anyway, let's get back to this beautiful blue glass, and we're not going to change the pressure, and we're just going to, if you'll listen to it, and I'll be quiet, then it'll be fine. Now, I didn't change the pressure on that at all, okay? And we're gonna start the run, and I'm hoping that in this glass, you should be able to see the run. Here we go. Ooh. Well, we just broke that right on down, but you see that? If I change the pressure on that, it would show up on this edge. There are no shark's teeth, okay? If you guys, when you're scoring your glass and you break it like I just did there, and you look at the edge, let me get a different piece of paper just so I can show you so that it doesn't. If you look at the edge of your glass, this edge right here that just got cut, see that? If you look at that edge, and it looks like this, it looks like an EKG, okay? You are pushing way too hard on your glass cutter, guys. You can't cut glass pushing that hard, because by the time you start and you finish, by the time you get to the other end, this end's already cooled off, and yeah, man, you'll be pulling your hair out. It's so frustrating you can't see straight. So, guys, here's the thing. If you're pushing too hard, score your glass, okay? Let's do a score together. Follow along. If you're in your studio, grab a piece of glass. Grab a piece of cathedral glass, and let's try it. Here we go. Now, this is my regular pressure. I'm gonna pull this to me, and I don't have a straight edge, but here we go. Okay, so we heard it. I'm gonna grab my runners. Okay, I want you to see the edge. See that? There aren't any shark's teeth on it. Now, I'm gonna put a little bit of oomph on it, okay? I'm gonna put a little bit of oomph on it. Just change it from maybe, I don't know, whatever pressure I was doing, I'm gonna go a little bit, maybe twice that, okay? Now you're gonna hear it louder. I'm gonna pull the microphone over here so that you can hear this. Right there. Here we go. I'm gonna put a little oomph on it. And this is probably isn't as heavy as some of y'all are pushing, but you've got to lighten up. Here we go. If you're rolling that slow across that simple cut like that, you're pushing way too hard, and you heard it. Now look at it. See it flaking? If your glass is flaking like that and you don't have a brand new glass cutter, it shouldn't be flaking like that. So here we go. Let's see what it looks like. I can tell you right now, it's going to look like we just entered the Jaws movie because it's got so many cuts and jaggeds on it. Look at it right there. See it? That's just from pushing too hard. Look at that. Right there. Right there. Just like that. And some of you, if your glass is breaking before you get to the other end, you're definitely pushing too hard, okay? Because you can push hard enough on your glass cutter, y'all, that the glass will actually break behind you. but you can also push so hard on your glass cutter that it will ruin your wheel. And if you haven't, if you have a flat spot in your wheel, it will tell you, okay? Your cutter will tell you, and you'll hear it. You will hear it as it rolls, ladies and gentlemen. You'll hear it just like a flat tire on your car. You will hear a flat spot in your wheel. And then at that time, guys, yeah, then it's time to change cutters or just change the head. You know, a lot of times your handle, the part that you hold on to, isn't really, there's nothing wrong with it. But I can tell you, if you drop your cutter head, the worst thing for it is the floor, okay? Keep it in your pocket or keep it in your little cup on your stand. Even if, you know, put it right there. You can keep it in a solder spool if you'd like. But, you know, just remember, guys, when you're cutting your glass, you don't have to push hard. You just have to stay even. Even is how we want it. Now, we know that our running pliers are not going to do this for us. Okay, so now we see the run right there, guys. Okay. Now, what I want to do here is I want to get my little runners here. And you can see it just ran, right there. There's the glare. We're halfway into the curve, right there. So, but what I'm going to do, and if you haven't had the opportunity to purchase these pliers, you can look at the website on conwayglass.com. These pliers are $74.95, and that includes shipping. So now to finish this out, we're going to run it into each other. Here we go. Okay, now we heard that final little break. And now we can see this, it's run all the way across. And you want to make sure that that's like that. Because if this run doesn't connect to that one, when you go to take this out, it's not going to work for you. So what I'm going to do, guys, remember, we always talk about how glass breaks twice. This is the second time. This piece should just drop right out. Listen for the pop. Here we go. So that came right out, and because we didn't press too hard, we didn't have too much oomph on it, we've got a nice clean edge on our glass. And God, I promise you, when you have a nice clean edge, it makes it a lot easier to clean it up on the grinder if you have to touch it at all. So what is that? That's time. And what is time? Time is money, y'all. Thank you for bearing with me while I cut some pretty blue glass.
That was quite impressive. Thank you very much. I think you answered a lot of questions that have been asked about
Well, we can do
cutting glass.
we can do cutting lessons right here on my counter.
Okay. Mary Beth said they have a magnetic toolbar on the wall next to their workspaces, and they like to keep their cutters and other tools secure.
You know what?
Very nice.
I like
getting
that.
one.
And that sounds like a really great idea.
It does.
Yeah, because you can get the magnetic toolbar that you put your knives on. You can just hang your glass cutters on too.
How easy is that?
Awesome. Way to go, guys.
Okay.
And Mary Beth, sincerely, hon, congratulations to you and Frank. That's awesome.
Yes. Very nice, Mary Beth.
Yeah.
Y'all are great people. Okay. Do we want to do a viewer showcase?
Yeah, let's do a viewer
Okay.
showcase.
Let's do a viewer showcase. Let's see. Here we go. Okay. Viewer showcase. We do this every first of the month.
And today happens to be the first Monday of the month.
First Monday of the month.
Welcome to July the 6th, everyone.
Yes. Okay, this is from Jen, J3's Glass Art. She's in Corning, New York, and we have her
Well, we saw this in person, y'all.
Yeah, we met Jen in person, which was really cool.
In Corning while we were
Yes,
up there for
I'm
the
sorry.
week.
I'll try to
And
find the letter.
Ray
Here
and
we go.
Susie were with us, and we all got a good picture together.
Yes.
So.
Jen writes, I made this brain pattern for my friend Amy, who has terminal glioblastoma.
Yes.
The pattern is by Christine Stained Glass. I used a variety of glass, including Fremont, Lambert's, Bullseye, Spectrum, Oceanside, Wismac, and Chicago Art
It
Glass.
was all in there, y'all. It's beautiful.
It was such a wonderful surprise to have met you in Corning on Friday night. I'm honored to have had you in my booth. See you Monday nights. Thank you so much,
Thanks,
Jen.
Jen. And thanks for sending that to us.
That's amazing. You do beautiful work. Okay, next up, Paul Mandelowitz.
Paul, I tell you what, man. Awesome. That's all I can say. Awesome. It looks really good.
A friend requested I make her a giraffe about a year ago. It was a semi-nightmare, he writes. Hinge points at the horns and ears. He patinaed the piece before he framed it with lead cane. But it's done, he said.
Yeah, and it's really pretty, Paul.
I love it, Paul. The eyes just got me. I'll tell you, the eyes got me.
Oh, no, they're
Okay. Oh my, mixed media sculpture by Ed Streeter and Taylor Stevens. You want to tell us about this?
Yeah, so this is our one of our customers, Wayne Canaday, and he came to us. He collects ores, and over the years he's collected these 3 ores floating in different rivers, and he brought those to me and said, see what you can come up with. So ran it by Taylor, and I ran it by my idea, which was to come up with the lily pads, and then Taylor and I could work in the hot shop in the glass-blown studio and make the water lilies for the project. So we did 3 ores, 5 water lilies, or I'm sorry, 7 little water lilies and 9 water lilies and 7 lily pads. So we did everything in odd numbers for the project, and our customer was very happy, and it was a joy to work with Taylor on this project, and I'm sure we'll do many more. And actually, our customer wants to add another dozen flowers to it this year. So we just put this in, about 2 weeks ago, Barb?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we just put it in right before his 4th of July party. So
Yes.
and it encompasses a wall that's about 16 feet long and 12 feet tall. And underneath of the big lily pad there is
People want to know what the size of the water lily.
so the big water lily with the boat oars on it is 48 inches in diameter, and then the other ones are anywhere from 10 to 18 to 24 inches, and then the water lilies themselves are about 8 inches in diameter. And there are 3 colors. He gave us 3 colors to work with: yellow, white, and pink. So it was really nice. And like I said, the wall, and he's got lighting. It's illuminated from underneath and above, so it lights up. And then we're going to be adding some more water lilies to it. He wants to add some more to it. So. And guys, if you think about this, well, what was really cool about it while we were working on this project, the curator of the lily pads at Brook Green Gardens, the lady that takes care of their lily pads, came into our shop and took a class, and we were talking about it, and she had just got back from Brook Green Gardens, had just sent her to New Orleans to a botanical garden down there where she got to actually stand on a lily pad. That's how big it was. She actually got to stand on a lily pad. Is that crazy or what? So I asked her, I said, hey, do you have any pictures of the lily pads with like brown leaves on the edges of them? She said, oh no, I throw those away.
Are the lily pads glass?
No, the lily pads are veneered plywood, painted with gloss latex, and then with a coating over top of them. Okay. And the oars and the lily pads are glued and screwed together from underneath, from behind, so you don't see any fasteners. And then we used what's called a French cleat to attach everything to the wall. So, and if those of you that don't know what a French cleat is, it's just if you took a 1x4 and you cut it down the middle on a 45, one side goes on the lily pad and the other side goes on the wall, and they interlock into each other, and there's virtually no way that it can come off the wall. But it's easy to remove. You can lift it up and take it off. So it's a pretty cool way to do it. And some of my friends that hang a lot of artwork were telling me about it, and we used to hang mirrors on it at one time too. Remember that, Barb? We used to use that French cleat for that.
Yes. Linda has a question.
Hey, Linda.
What's the difference between on the phone and on the iPad? She's having trouble now that she's on.
Linda, that's not a question
iPad.
for Ed.
Yeah, I don't know if somebody could help Linda out. I think she just switched from one to the other. I'm not sure how that works either, Linda.
I'm not sure. Yeah, I'm not sure how it works.
But I can't do anything from here, hon. I wish I could help you. Longwood Gardens in PA has a beautiful lily pad garden with giant lily pads and flowers. I love lily pads. We got to go to Brook Green and see theirs.
Yeah, we've got to go down and see them.
Okay, I think.
And oddly enough, our customer is the next door neighbor of the gentleman that owns Drunken Jack's that we just finished. So.
Yeah, they all know each other down there.
Know each other down there, I guess.
Yes. You want to go to the close up?
I don't know.
You ready?
Yeah, I guess so. All right.
Okay.
So we got the iris here in front of us.
Yeah.
It's an iris, right?
Yeah.
It's not a water lily.
Okay.
All right, so we got an iris. And, you know, I'm not going to nail anything, and I didn't bring anything home to tack this down. So we're going to we're just going to tack this together. It's no big deal. We're going to get some tacking done. And so what you want to make sure, you know, at home is you want to make sure that, number one, here's the thing, guys. My rheostat is on 8, and I'm going to show you that pretty gold tip on my iron. See that gold tip? If you've got a tip that when you wipe it off real quick with a damp sponge and that tip turns purple or black, you're working too hot, y'all. And when you're tacking, you want to make sure that you give it time to melt. And if you'll take the time to give the solder time to melt, you'll find that you won't pick your pieces up. I'm just going to pull that to me. You won't pick your pieces up. And we'll tack that. Now, I tell you what, I've found that even working with this little ripple glass here, when you're soldering it, you end up with when you're soldering it, it's kind of like soldering well, you just have to take your time with it. And I will tell you this, guys, if you're gonna solder, and I think Carol, because she plays, or she works with a lot of this type of glass, is that you have to take your time soldering it. It's not something that you get in a big hurry with. And you have to make sure, guys, you really, really, really need to make sure that your iron temperature and you as a whole are in control of what's going on here. So I'm just tacking this in place so that it doesn't move. And this center piece right here, I tell you, this center is sticking up. It reminds me of a different glass because of the way it sits up. And if you have to be able to work with that, and you have to be able to make that joint look like it should, because if you don't, you're going to end up messing everything up. So we're going to take this now And we're just gonna solder that. Now remember, I can just take that and wipe it one time. Now watch. You see that tip? You see it? It's gold. So you just want to, again, because we're using a excuse me, we're using a ripple glass. It's kind of hard to be able to just do what's called a touch and go on this because you're getting so uneven. But I tell you what you'll do is if you'll turn your iron down a little bit to like a 8, which is what I'm working on right now, give that solder time to melt behind the iron and just touch it like that. And you can see the ripples in the glass. But you shouldn't see them in the solder. Okay? Okay. So we'll get this finished up on both sides, and next Monday night, I'll show you how to attach the brass rod, and we're going to make this into a garden piece. And that will, and then when we get that done next week, Barbara will put the pattern online. It'll be free for all of your enjoyment.
And then we'll make a little video about the steps for you to do that project that you'll be able to access for free.
Yeah. Yeah, so guys, when we're,
That
when we're
probably
doing,
will be a members only video then.
yeah, that probably will be. Yeah. But everybody will be able to get the free pattern.
Yeah, so coming up, you want me to go back on the close-up?
I wanted to get this out of the way real quick. Yeah, go ahead, sure. I'm just running this. I like to tell people that if you're gonna run a bead, you should allow the solder, give it time to melt. And if you'll count in your head 1001, 1002, 1003, if you'll count in your head about that speed right there, you'll find that your solder will run very smooth. So while I have its attention, I'm going to clean this up. And I don't even know what time it is other than Monday night. But we want to make sure that we get all this. And then once we get that brazing rod, the brass rod, attached to the back of this, we'll put it in the flower planter and we'll see what it's going to look like. So once you get rolling on these, and guys, if really I'm thinking about it, Barb and I were talking that we just need to get in here and make a bunch of these. We need to do these 10 or 15 at a time, these irises. And while we're doing these, I'm just tinning the outside edge, guys. And you can move that solder. It's so funny. You can move solder any way that you want. What you need, huh? You good? You can push that solder any way that you want. And then eventually, we're gonna need to give ourselves a wedgie, and we're gonna use it. So we have this going. I'm going to flip it over because now it looks really nice. And this is the other side. Isn't that pretty? Look at that, guys. Whoa. That's beautiful.
It sure is.
Awesome. That's cool.
Thank Chris for the...
Oh, Chris, thanks. Hold on. Hey, our viewer, here we go. We're dancing with the light tonight, please. Hold on. Chris, thank you so much. 3, 4, 5. Thank you, Chris.
Thank you. Thank you, Chris.
Thank you very much. We
means
appreciate
a lot
it.
to us.
So that's just a quick soldering lesson. Most of you don't need it, but I will say this: the cutting and soldering are the two most difficult parts of the entire process. And once you master the cutting part, and remember that
Thank you.
Re-
That is very cool.
Remember that you, I was looking at that trophy explode.
Yeah,
pretty
that
cool.
was
Thank you.
awesome. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Never seen that before.
I hadn't either.
And, but yeah, so just remember, you know, we're going to attach the brass rod to the back of the flower, of the back of the iris. And I'm hoping that I get a little more time this week where I can cut a couple more irises out for y'all. But you're going to love this pattern. And it's nobody's pattern, it's mine. I drew it. Barbara said we need an iris, so we drew one. So now we got
Valerie liked her wedgie. Good, Valerie. I'm
Good,
glad
Valerie.
you got it. Good to see you here tonight as well. And Carol.
That just
says
has a
she
good
loves
ring
it.
to it, doesn't it? Valerie liked her wedgie.
Yeah, she liked her wedgie. And that 1,000 Jewels was from Jim. Is it Jim?
Well, that's cool. Is that what that was? I didn't really, because I was doing something else, but thank you so much.
Okay, that was very sweet and very kind, and we appreciate it.
Yes.
I did want to tell everybody to go over to the posts on the ARTyRV page. We have, do you want me to turn that on?
Go ahead. I'm just finishing this up real quick, because
Okay.
if I put it
We
away.
have the recap video from the Stained Glass Association of America show, and it's pretty cool. It shows everything, and Paul's in there at 1 minute and, what do you say,
15
1 minute
seconds.
and 15 seconds. You'll see Paul looking at some work. And there's another guy in there that looks like a friend of ours.
Yeah, Phil. Looks like Phil, right?
But,
oh, hey, Phil, if you're watching tonight.
everybody had a great time, and you'll see why people love to go to it. Maybe y'all can meet us at the next one, or
we're gonna find
we
out
can
where it
take some
is.
classes together there, or whatever they have going on. It's always a great time.
Yeah.
And think about joining that association. There's all kinds of great things that they do, and they do travel around, so they may come to your part of the country sometime soon.
Yeah, they might. You never know. I mean, because they did a short thing outside of Waco this year before the convention, remember?
Yep.
They did a weekend workshop outside of Waco. I think Richard and Minnie went.
Yeah, I don't see Richard here tonight. I hope
Hey,
all
Richard,
is
I hope
well there.
everything's good, buddy.
And good to see everyone tonight. Didn't see Magali, but you didn't have anything
I didn't
for
have any iridized glass.
Iridized for. But good to see Oh, Kelly, thank you so much. That is so sweet of you.
Kelly, thank you, huh? Thank you. Yeah, I will, Kelly, I know exactly where that piece of glass is. And if it don't have a part number on it, either way, I'll contact you. And if you want what I have left of it, you're welcome to it.
Did you tell them about the lead-free solder that we
No,
had?
because that's what we're going to talk about next week, right?
Yeah. Just
So
want-
guys, I got a deal for you. Actually, I have 46 half pounds, 45 half pounds of lead-free solder. Now I don't use it. I got a deal on it, and it's just a 2-roll minimum for free shipping, and I don't use the lead-free solder. Those of you that do, what we're going to do is, we had a question this week that someone uses lead-free solder, and the only thing I can think of is you would use it with jewelry, but they were having trouble having patina stick to the lead-free solder. Well, if you're making jewelry, you sure don't want to put another chemical on the outside that could touch up against your customer's skin. So the lead-free solder, it's got a lot of tin in it. It should be very shiny. But I'm going to try it and see how it takes patina, because I do have a roll that at the shop, and we'll try that.
Yeah, we've never worked with it, so it's new to us.
But if those of you that use lead-free solder, if you're looking for some and you want a deal on it, contact it. It'll be on the website at conwayglass.com next week, and you can buy as much of it as you want. I got a total of 23 pounds, or
46 rolls.
Yeah, 46 rolls.
Yeah.
Not
So-
426, 46 rolls.
Yes, and
I don't use it. So,
yeah, our question was, if you're going to patina, would you patina lead-free solder? I'm not sure.
And I don't think I would, because typically, like I said, guys, the majority of people that use the lead-free solder, two things. They have, they're worried about the lead dust in the air and touching the lead, okay? Or they're making jewelry. And I would think that the lead-free, guess who's coming down the hill, everybody? Woo!
Oh, yeah.
There she is. There's my
Okay.
girl. Hey.
Kelly, I want to come out too. I want to come see you.
Yeah, we do. We really do. Come on,
Okay.
get over here. Get away
All
from
right.
the wires.
It's getting about that time. I think Miss Mary's here
There
to
she
see
is.
us.
Hey, come on up here. Come on. Come on up here. Give me a hug. There she is, guys. Tell everybody hi. Say hi, Kelly. Hi, Richard. Hi, everybody.
Oh, nope, that's not what I want.
Oh gosh, that's funny. Yeah. So, guys, I'll tell you what I'm going to tell Ray, and I'm going to tell Bill, and I'm going to say, hey guys, we got to get up. We're going to start the week out. Come on, guys, get up and dance with me. You too, Kelly. Dance like nobody's watching. Got to start the week out with a good dance. Everybody's smiling. Get in your studio and get to work, y'all. Let's do this every Monday night. Tune in for the ARTyRV channel. I'm Ed.
And I'm Barb.
Good night, everybody.
Keep moving.